starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. Tonight, a Mosinee man now faces first-degree intentional homicide charges tied to a woman's disappearance back in October of last year. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says Jesus Contreras Perez also faces domestic abuse, party to a crime, hiding a corpse, and other charges. They say the victim, Cassandra Ayan, was last seen on October 3rd of last year in the Unity area between Abbotsford and Marshfield. The Department of Justice's Division of Criminal Investigation is teaming with the Clark County Sheriff's Office on this investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office. The Wisconsin DOJ has now released the name of the person who died in a police chase last week in Lincoln County. In a news release, DOJ officials say last Wednesday evening, deputies in 2 different Lincoln County Sheriff's Squad cars were chasing after a reported stolen vehicle through a rural part of the county. They say the vehicle eventually crashed, and the driver of that vehicle, 27-year-old David Burdick, died. They say he was the only person in that vehicle at the time. The Department of Criminal Investigation is still investigating that crash. 6 people, including 3 from Merrill, face charges after investigation into people mailing meth. The Department of Justice reports Merrill residents T.J. Myers, Amy Pelkey, and Matthew White are charged with conspiring to distribute meth. As part of a government investigation, they believe the group used the U.S. Postal Service to mail meth from Phoenix, Arizona to Oshkosh. In all, the DOJ reports their agents seized about 20 pounds of methamphetamine along with 14 firearms. Myers and White are now in state custody on state charges. Pelkey was released this morning on court-imposed conditions. June 6th, yesterday, marked the anniversary of D-Day. Newswatch 12's Cooper Henkel explains how some Northwoods teachers are rolling the dice, teaching students about history.
June 6 commemorates the day Allied forces launched the largest naval invasion in history to liberate France from the Nazis.
Men kept pouring in.
Recognized 77 years later at a gathering of high school students.
I was in the historical games beforehand, but not quite like board games, like both action stuff. I played more in the video games aspect.
Replaying a major turning point in World War II, alongside their history teacher, Stephen Jopek.
Thanks for helping us out.
Jopek says more educators are using games to teach academic content, a theory called gamification.
I don't necessarily do it in my classroom, but I definitely try to use games as an educational tool. You're looking at sophomores back here who have read more books on World War II than I did when I was in high school, for sure.
It's not just historical recreations adding to the tabletop renaissance. Pop culture favorites, solo play adventures, and games with a big storytelling focus are filling shelves across America.
There's a lot of new games that are seeing, resurgences, a lot of new games that are coming out.
Bolt Action takes miniatures to the next level.
Best way to explain it is it's adult plastic army men.
Considering weather conditions, terrain, visibility,
Can't fire through your buddies.
and the historic capabilities of each unit on the battlefield.
On the next one. On the next one.
Helping to bring what otherwise might feel like ancient history into the present.
They're pursuing it on their own. They're seeking it out on their own, and I'm not having to, take my class time and say, I'm going to make you do this. They want to do it.
Reporting from the miniature front, I'm Cooper Henkel.
Outside, Andrew, we had another hot day today.
That's right, Justin, a hot day, and we'll have a pretty warm overnight period too. Though it will be pretty mild. We'll have a kind of a stillness coming through the air and mostly clear skies. A few passing clouds now, so a few clouds overnight, but overall more on the starry side. Looking at those current wind speeds, hardly much to talk about here. Like I said, winds will be going calm through the overnight period. Any winds at all will be coming out of the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Now, looking at current temperatures, of course, it was a toasty day today. Still holding on to temperatures in the 70s, having lots of mid-70s right now. Even Wausau still holding on to 81 right now. Pretty warm all around. And now if we look hour by hour at the rest of our night, we are going to be having a pretty warm overnight period. Holding on to the 70s now in Rhinelander. We'll be getting on down to the mid-60s through your overnight. Your average low is 48, so a pretty warm overnight ahead. Justin?
Thanks, Andrew. The number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin continues to fall. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports just 65 new cases statewide. That drops their 7-day rolling average to 133. Meanwhile, DHS reports no new deaths today. We're averaging 3 per day over the last week. In Oneida County, the county health department reports there are no people hospitalized with COVID-19 right now. Meanwhile, the COVID vaccination efforts in Wisconsin appear to have stalled a bit. DHS reports last week fewer than 100,000 doses were given out. That is the least since early January. Across the state, about 43% of all people have now completed their COVID-19 vaccination. After closing just short of a new all-time high on Friday, the Dow lost some ground today. The index lost 126 points, closed at 34,630. The Nasdaq gained 183 points on the day. Though buying and selling things over the internet can be convenient, meeting a buyer or seller in person can be a little nerve-wracking. Well, now Wausau police are offering a place. It's their Safe Exchange parking zone. It's 2 parking spots at the department. They say it's monitored 24/7 by video cameras. The spots were designed for things that are being sold online in a marketplace, so no more having to walk through dark hallways or old apartment buildings. The space can also be used theoretically for child custody swaps safely. Over the last week, school wrapped up for many students and teachers across the Northwoods and North Central Wisconsin. In Rhinelander, the Boys and Girls Club is working to make sure students have someplace safe to go after school once it does resume this fall. Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock explains.
Detective Kyle Parrish wishes he had a program like this when he was growing up.
I grew up with a brother, and we kind of ran the neighborhood in Fond du Lac when I grew up. This definitely would have helped me a little bit. My dad worked 2 jobs. My mom was always working, no fault of their own, but it would have been kind of nice to have a place to have someone do that for us.
He says he was inspired by a Drug Endangered Children conference in 2019 to begin the process of creating a Boys and Girls Club in Rhinelander.
And with all the kids that I deal with through the Drug Endangered Children program, I knew that we needed more stuff here in Rhinelander to help those kids. I worked with social services and a lot of other agencies to kind of get to the point that we're at.
The club will provide after-school snacks, help with homework, and plans to work with other organizations like the 4-H Club to give kids a chance to see all that Rhinelander has to offer.
Having kids have a program after school and during the summer where they can do different type of programming that'll help make them better citizens and kind of give them an opportunity to see what kind of work we have here in Rhinelander and build towards that.
Parrish says getting the club ready for September has been a lot of work, but it's been worth it.
I think this is something that our community greatly needs. I see it all the time. I still see it in my job, and I can't wait to be able to provide this to our youth of our community.
Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock reporting. The club will work, as you can probably tell from that video, out of the Central School in Rhinelander. If you'd like to help them out, there will be a cornhole tournament at Woodpecker Restaurant outside Rhinelander this Sunday. All proceeds will go to the Boys and Girls Club's new Rhinelander site. Up North Beer Fest will be making its return this Friday and Saturday, June 11th and 12th. The Eagle River Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Center is looking for volunteers for both days to help with setup, to help the brewers out, souvenir sales, cleanup. If you're interested, you can contact the Eagle River Chamber office, and for more information, you can visit the eagleriver.org website. Still ahead, we have tonight's edition of Your 2 Cents. But first, Andrew's in with your full forecast. After the break, you're watching Newswatch 12, proud to serve St. Germain and folks all across the Northwoods of Wisconsin.
Looking for a relaxing place to gather?
At Slumberland, we have lots and lots of sectionals.
All with the quality, value, and look you want for less.
Plus, get free shipping with no minimum.
Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan that covers tire rotations, engine oil changes, fluid adjustments, and more for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Ford charges extra for maintenance. Nissan charges extra for maintenance. And you guessed it, Honda charges extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Too bad none of our rivals do the same. Join us, Toyota. Let's go places.
Menards has everything you need to elevate your wood projects. Reveal the true beauty of wood with Pittsburgh Paramount Advanced Stain and Sealant in one. It provides enhanced UV resistance and waterproofing protection. Right now, 11% off. Finish your projects with Minwax Wood Finishes. Choose from a wide selection of clear protective finishes to make and keep your wood beautiful. All quarts and gallons are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Need a new boat? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we could help you get top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
When you buy a mattress from Slumberland
And sleep on it for 120 nights.
if you're not happy, we'll make it right.
Get this Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for just $3.99.
Or come lay on our selection of 8 memory foam mattresses, all for under $1,000.
If your air conditioning unit's been running, you better go catch it. All jokes aside, it has been pretty warm out there for the last several days, even record-breaking heat on Saturday with that high of 92 in Rhinelander. And today, pretty warm as well with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Didn't break records today. Rhinelander did see a record high of 93 degrees back in 2011. Wausau at 94, so we were in the ballpark, but not quite there. Still a hot day all around. And that heat is not going anywhere for the rest of the week. We will have highs at 88 tomorrow, and then for the rest of the week, we'll stick with the mid-80s, waiting for the 70s to come over the weekend. And that still is above our average high for this time of year in Rhinelander of 74 degrees. Now, along with those toasty temperatures for the week, we will be holding on to that humidity all week long. We'll wait until Friday night for that opportunity to turn off the air conditioning, maybe open up a window, have more of a relaxed feel to the weekend. Definitely a lot less muggy Saturday and Sunday. Now, getting into current conditions outside, we have kind of a starry night for some clouds passing towards southern Wisconsin. We will be having mostly clear skies tonight here in the Northwoods with a few passing clouds. Temperatures right now are largely in the 70s. A couple of us still holding on to the low 80s. We will be getting down to the upper 60s, low 70s overnight. A pretty warm night ahead. Now, looking at the rest of our night coming our way. So here we go at Tuesday, 6 a.m., starting off the day with those upper 60s. And we're going to be dry through the overnight period. So you'll notice no showers crossing into our region just yet. Maybe a few sprinkles off towards northwestern Wisconsin. But now let's go a little further into the day, seeing lots of sun across the region to start off your Tuesday. And then sun will be common for the day until the afternoon period, until a few more clouds build. And then we'll have a chance for a few isolated thunderstorms. You'll see those mostly towards the UP border, but some will be coming on down towards our region and be coming our way. These will be non-severe though, so not a huge deal. And those will be clearing on out by 8:30. And then we're drying on out with some clouds to take us through the overnight period. Low temperatures once again getting to those mid to upper 60s. And then we'll start the day on Wednesday seeing some sun. So for any thunderstorms tomorrow, we could be dealing with some gusty winds and heavy rain, maybe a touch of hail as well. But you'll notice the entire state is going to be in a non-severe risk for any severe weather on your Tuesday. Now getting into the rest of the week after Tuesday, we will have a couple rain chances Wednesday and Thursday. Those will be very minimal though. We'll wait until Friday for our next most significant rainmaker and the chance for severe weather to have some severe thunderstorms. And then after a few more sprinkles work their way out Saturday, we'll be drying on out for the rest of the weekend. So let's look a little further into our Friday. So we're looking at Friday afternoon, having a cold front pass through the area that is going to introduce a round of showers and maybe some severe thunderstorms throughout our area, passing on by into Saturday morning until we clear on out and dry out for your Saturday night. But now for tonight as well, we are going to be on the dry side with mostly clear skies, some passing clouds. Winds out there will be going calm through the overnight period. You might feel a little bit of a whisper from the southwest with a wind at 5 miles per hour. Otherwise, still air with low temperatures down into the mid to upper 60s. And on your Tuesday, we'll start out seeing that that sun, and we'll wait until the afternoon to evening period to have a chance of some non-severe thunderstorms. High temperatures will be up in the upper 80s once again. And now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast, we'll have a chance at showers and some thunderstorms for the next several days, holding on to the 80s, drying out and cooling off over the weekend. Justin?
Eventually coming back down to earth. Thank you, Andrew. What we call our weather bug and our sports coverage. Both topics on tonight's Your 2 Cents.
And this is in reference to your sports department. They totally dropped the ball on this subject. No pun intended. Yeah, I guess so. Intended a pun. Anyway, Cole Caulfield plays with the Montreal Canadiens. He's in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's a Wisconsin boy with huge ties to Vilas County and Eagle River. But we hear nothing about him from your sports department. Cole Caulfield.
If you guys could put that temperature logo in the corner of the screen, like all the time, it would be kind of nice to know what the temperature is if you don't have it handy. Thank you.
If you want to make your voice heard on Your 2 Cents, give us a call at 715-365-8812, extension 319. Again, 715-365-8812, extension 319. I'll respond to some of your calls on Friday as part of my 2 cents. A young Northwoods racing star will be back in her hometown of Eagle River tomorrow. NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Natalie Decker will be at the Eagle River racetrack signing autographs at 6:30 or so tomorrow evening. Gates open at 5 for the races. The first green flag starts flying at about 7. Another rough night for the Milwaukee Bucks as they continue their NBA playoff run. We'll have highlights from tonight's matchup with the Nets. Plus, will Aaron Rodgers show up at Packers minicamp this week? Well, details in sports after the break. But first, here's tonight's Job Watch.
Job Watch is brought to you by Ripco Credit Union.
Rust is most active in the spring. Fight back and protect your vehicle's investment by calling Rust Solutions underbody rust proofing service today.
Since its inception 5 years ago, Incredible Bank Foundation and Incredible Bank employees and owners have donated nearly $1,250,000 to charities throughout the Minocqua and Eagle River area. But the truest measure of our support comes from our employees, who have contributed $4,000 in 5 short years to community organizations that better the lives of residents living in Minocqua and Eagle River. Incredible Bank, helping you start something incredible and finishing it.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest waterproof floors in the industry, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Maximum XL is 50% thicker and 30% longer, resulting in maximum durability, which is perfect for active families and pets. Not to mention, it's easy to install. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center to get your Rigid Maximum XL waterproof floors today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Coming up on your Tuesday, we'll be joined by Nurse Christina Paris from the VA.
All right, we got thunderstorms that will be moving in throughout the week on and off, and temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. It'll be a warm one out there. More when you tune in on your Tuesday.
Sports Watch 12 with Griffin Stroing starts now.
In sports, there are a ton of cliches. Take it one game at a time. Give it 110%. Take it one for the team. A lot of people tonight were saying that this game for Milwaukee was a quote-unquote must-win game. With no James Harden, the Bucks could take back home court advantage with the win, but this was a very lopsided game. They never came close. Durant dancing here on Giannis, hits the jumper and the foul, and look at the little mean mug he gave after the shot. Only Bucks highlight of the night really was this: a block by Giannis off the backboard, and then in transition, Drew Holiday, he's going to find the big man trail, and Brook Lopez, he knocks down this three-pointer. But in the second, Milwaukee's already down 19, and Blake Griffin is back to himself. Cutting, backdoor, one-handed jam. The Bucks lose this one by 39 points. Not a good sign. Milwaukee's down 2 games in the series. Now, tomorrow in Green Bay will be the first mandatory practice of the offseason. Every other practice we've talked about or mentioned was optional to this point, but there will be one constant, and that number 12 probably won't be there. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported today that Aaron Rodgers is not expected to be on the practice field tomorrow. Minicamp runs from Tuesday to Thursday of this week. If he misses all 3 practices, he could be fined around $93,000. For Rodgers, that's not a lot of money, but he's also lost about $500,000 from losing his offseason workout bonus. But even with all this going on, the Packers remain committed to Rodgers. We'll just have to wait and see if he shows up in Green Bay tomorrow. Now, we waited what felt like forever for the spring sports season to start. But now somehow we're already coming to some postseason action. Time sure does fly when you're having fun. And you know it's getting late when track and field gets to their conference meet. In Marathon City, the Merriwood Conference held their varsity track meet. 2 teams dominated the boys and girls side of the field, Edgar and Marathon. The Wildcats came in first place on the boys' side and second for the girls. Red Raiders came in first place for the girls and second on the boys' side. A great showing also from Auburndale and Schwamigan. Teams will have a full week to practice for their regional meets, which take place next Monday. Now to Stratford for some baseball. The Tigers are hosting Mosinee in this one. In the very first inning, pitcher Cale Weisenberger was dealing on the mound. First batter, he's going to strike him out. Ball gets loose from the catcher. Still going to get him out. Then the second batter, yeah, he strikes out 2. Good start for the righty. He'd give up 1 base hit, but no worries. He'll just strike out the third. Look at the call from the ump there. Good top of the half of the inning, and in the bottom it only got better. Bases loaded for Hunter Ford. He smacks that one right back at the pitcher. It's off his glove. Shortstop can't make the play. 1-0 Stratford, but Mosinee would get out of the jam. This grounder goes right to the third baseman, Tanner Miller, who taps on the base for the out. That's the only run Stratford would score all game long. Mosinee with a big road win, 2-1 the final. How about some more baseball scores from around the area? A great game in Merrill between the Blue Jays and Anago Red Robins. Home field advantage for Merrill is the difference in this one. They win 9-8. And in Abbotsford, we had some baseball at 10:30 this morning. Medford goes on the road and wins 7-2. With this, they have 20 wins on the season. That's tied for the most all-time in program history. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to any softball games, but here are some nice area scores. What a day for the Rebels. Leona Wabino goes on the road and takes down Crivets easily, 13-0 the score there. And then in Wausau, the Warriors hosting Merrill. A good day to be a Blue Jay. Both the baseball and softball teams get the W. Merrill wins this game 10-5. Also, quickly, I know a lot of people were bummed when the Wisconsin-Notre Dame football game at Lambeau was canceled this fall. Don't you worry, Justin. They've rescheduled. It will take place in 2026.
Be waiting a while. It's a big game.
It's going to be big. I think I'm available. Maybe we can carpool, go together, save some gas.
We got some time to plan that one out, but it should be a good game. Thank you, Griffin. Switching gears, the border between the U.S. and Canada has been closed for more than a year, since last March. With COVID-19 numbers now improving here in the U.S., many are wondering when the border may open again. We'll see how folks in New York are pushing to make that happen after the break.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and or pain in your feet or hands?
These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
There's more to a yard than freshly cut grass. There's real life, full of twists and turns. Which is exactly why we built these mowers, to clear the way for stuff like this right here. Run with us, because the best yards are planted with real memories. Nothing runs like a deer.
Stop by Lakeland Lawn and Equipment in Arbor Vitae for special offers taking place for a limited time. Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment.
When searching for your next truck, you want your truck to last. Get the job done right with a Lenz truck. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, POWERSTROKES, CUMMINS, DURAMAX, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks.
When you spend your whole life working,
Training.
waiting,
For one moment,
and suddenly,
you have to wait for that moment. Even longer.
you know how you feel?
Like you want it even more.
Next summer, the world comes back together.
For an Olympics unlike any other.
The border between the U.S. and Canada has been closed since last March, and despite the falling COVID-19 case numbers across the country, that border remains closed right now, especially in some border towns. That is making some people very upset. Lilia Wood reports from Buffalo, New York.
Most Sundays, Shannon Harder protests to see her husband across the border.
We're not trying to go shopping. We're literally trying to be with our loved one.
For Mark Yonkers, he protests for his son.
It's been about 15 months since we've seen our son Aaron, who lives right over there, 10 minutes away.
This is my daughter. And for Christine Kasbar, it's for her entire family.
It's their birthdays and Christmas. I still have their Christmas presents. It's heartbreaking.
Dozens gathered this afternoon to push for the Canadian border to be open now.
No more indefinite closures. The border can be reopened safely on June 22nd.
Congressman Chris Jacobs says he's asking the government for two main things: transparency and action.
There needs to be a real effort to show that the two governments are working. And I haven't seen that yet. I have not seen that indication that there's real lengthy discussions going on.
Many families at the protest say they have not seen their family members in over a year. Harder tells me she cannot take the time off of work to quarantine to see her husband.
I can't even take 3 weeks off if I wanted to, and which is a lot of people's problems financially or sometimes jobs.
Jacob says the solution would be having vaccine sites at the border.
We don't want to see any vaccines thrown out. Maybe they could have pop-up sites here along the border and come over and do that. So I think we should get proactive and we should get very creative.
Play your way. Dine your way. Stay your way. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Win your way.
There's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, and then there are McCafe's bakery sweets, which are whatever you want them to be.
Get a bakery suite, plus any size hot or iced coffee or soft drink for just $3.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Huge online auction, Monaco, Wisconsin. 150 firearms, ammo, gun supplies, lawn tractor, milling machines, lathes, snap-on tools, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you.
Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
Hi, I'm Tammy from Arpin, and I came to see Dr. Scher with severe lower back pain and nerve pain, and I was also unable to walk or stand without any help. Many of my appointments, I needed to use a walker, and I was having a hard time even getting to his appointments riding in a vehicle. He was able to get me moving again, doing the things I love to do. I was able to get rid of my walker. I was able to ride in a vehicle longer than an hour. I am forever grateful to him and his wonderful staff.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
The latest weather updates. Weather Watch 12. Weather from where you live.
And we're not even technically summer yet, but it feels like midsummer outside.
It sure does. It was almost like July today with those highs in the 80s and 90s, humid, all around though, a hot day. Griffin, how was that being outside today filming?
Tough. I was getting some sunburn only on my left side. The sun was coming at this weird angle. I don't know. Hopefully,
with baseball, you're filmed the one way the whole time.
Right. So I'm just hoping I'm not too red tomorrow.
We're both nursing burns.
Well, there's going to be a few more days of that coming up, gentlemen. So for the next several days, we are going to be holding on to the 80s. So highs like today are not going anywhere anytime soon. Looking at current conditions, we are going to be warm overnight too. Looking at those temperatures now in the 70s, not getting too much cooler tonight. And we'll be taking that with mostly clear skies towards the north woods. So looking at the rest of our night, lows around 67. Winds will be going all but calm through the overnight period. And now for a look at your 7-day forecast one more time here. Tomorrow will stay mostly on the dry side. We'll wait until the afternoon for a slight chance of thunderstorms and then holding on to those 80s all week long.
Giving those air conditioners a workout.
That's right.
We'll get a break eventually. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night.